Hi guys, Diecast Empress here, back for another quick diecast review. Now today I am going to be reviewing the brand new Disney Store Heavy Metal Mater 3 set. Now I have already reviewed the Air Mater set and I am unbelievably excited that we finally get some new Disney Store cars, and especially ones that are coming from the Disney Toons line, which means we could see things like a new El Matador. We could see things like, I'm just trying to think of like brand new ones like Dr. Opschlupwagen. We could see a new UFO. Like the possibilities are ridiculous. Honestly, there are so many cars that we could see from the Cars Toons line that I cannot wait to see what comes as of next. So keep an eye on your Disney Store websites just to make sure you're up to date with the latest Disney Store releases. Honestly, the fact that we're getting Heavy Metal Mater and Air Mater stuff is just, honestly, it's spectacular to me. I just didn't expect it to come, especially since it's been so long since we've had anything from the Cars Toons on the Disney Store especially. So yeah, it's very exciting time to be a Cars collector. Now I was ready to go into a full rant about how ridiculous the Disney Store's sort of attachment system is using the screw system. But these guys are twisty tie. So I'm going to have to just do this on camera because I ranted for ages in the Air Mater one about how ridiculous it was that we got the screws on the bottom and it just takes forever to get into. But I thought, since these guys are twisty ties, I can waffle at you for a few minutes and we'll get these open on camera. Now, I'm hoping, as I said, that the fact that we've got some new cars from the Disney Store, especially with the Cars Toons, I'm really hopeful that we get a heck of a lot more because we really do deserve them. And the Disney Store cars are actually very good in terms of their details and their graphics. We do get a lot of good quality merchandise from the Disney Store. So hopefully we will be getting a lot more to go with these guys. Now, we'll pop these guys off. We'll go with Dex here first, if I can get him out of the twisty tie. Oh, the ties go through him. That's irritating, isn't it? Hang on. Let's get this out from Dex. And then we'll try McQueen next. Let his go under the wheel. Oh, it's so irritating. There we go. There's McQueen. These cars have a very good weight to them. Like, they're very substantial. You can very much feel that they are there. Come on. There we go. Okay, so we'll leave all of this off at the back for now and we'll start with these guys right here. Now I'm going to start with Dex and then work my way through, same way that I did with the Air Mater set. We'll start with the non-Mater and McQueen, work our way through McQueen and up to Mater since he is the star of all of these shorts. So Dex here from the Disney Store. He has changed since his last release from the Disney Store. He is still a licensed product, I believe. He might not be, actually. Oh, no, he is. He's a Cadillac Coupe de Ville. So he is still a licensed product. Now, this guy I can actually do a Disney Store comparison to because I do have an original Disney Store Dex. Now, as you can see, the colours are very different. This one does have the sort of creamy coloured rag top that the new Dex does not. It's very much a silver, sort of with a little bit of like hint of bronze in it, whereas the other one was very much a cowhide, which is what it's meant to look like. The ball horns are now no longer gold. They're sort of a more actual bone colour. And then the rest of him is very similar indeed. The colour himself, though, he is more metallic and he does appear to look a little bit thicker. It could just be my eyes, but I don't know. And as you can see, the rims are no longer gold on the new Dex. Now, Dex here does have Dynaco and he does actually have better tail lights than the original Dex. They've got lines and things like that to actually pick them out a bit better. But I will admit, I do love the sort of cowhide effect on the old Dex much better than the one we've got recently. Now, unfortunately, my old Dex is missing a wing mirror, so it's quite nice to have a new Dex that is very much complete, but their expressions are almost identical. The eyes on the new Dex are a little bit bigger, but the sort of general idea of the expression is the same. And the old Dex does have upper and lower teeth, whereas the new Dex just has his white singular set of teeth. We'll pop these guys over to the edge and we'll move on to McQueen himself, who is really heavy, honestly, like he's a big chunk of weight. Now, this McQueen is a big, big boy. There is a lot of this McQueen, and I do love that he's got all the bumps and the rivets and the spikes to make him look like he is a heavy metal singer. He's got a nice carbon bonnet, and he still does have the Lightning McQueen, but it says Rockstar McQueen, which I think is really cool. And as you can see in the camera, the top half of the McQueen, the red McQueen, is a really beautiful pearlescent, so it's really sort of shiny. It's got a nice lot of sort of flakes and sparkles to it, so very, very good indeed. And as I said, he is a heavy, heavy boy. Like, there is a lot to this McQueen. Now, I can do a comparison to a 155 die-cast version of McQueen, so a very small version from Mattel. Now, they are very similar. The size, the sort of decals and the colours are all very similar. Again, though, this McQueen is so much better. The Disney Store one, you can see the individual chains picked out over his arches instead of just sort of bumpy metal. And on top, this McQueen just says Lightning McQueen. It does not say Rockstar McQueen, which I think is really cool, the fact that they called him Rockstar. The visors are a little different. I do wish they had kept sort of the sunglasses appearance visor, but I mean, the fact that we've still got a brand new McQueen from the Disney Store in this variant is, yeah, it's something else. Very, very happy with this guy. And I do love the little comparison that we've got. It can show you just how big some of the Disney Store cars are. And yeah, the weight of this guy, I keep going on about it because he is very, very chunky. So we'll pop them over at the back there. And lastly, but not least, obviously, we shall be going for Mater himself. And he is heavy, but unfortunately, my Mater has a little blemish, which is a bit of a shame. Other than that, he is incredible. Honestly, the weight of this Mater is nuts. Like, I don't think I felt a car as heavy as this Mater in a long time. On the bottom does just say Disney Store and, well, Disney Park, Disney and Pixar, sorry. And then basically made in China in different languages. Mater still has his tow hook picked out in silver and black. So it's nice that we get different sort of decals on that. And all the bumps all the way down the side are incredible. He's got his sort of face tattoos, if you can call them that, as well as maybe some sideburns. I don't really know what they're meant to be, but they look like that. And he's got like his leather jacket appearance with the collar up, again, with all the stars and spikes and rivets. And then on the back, obviously, we have the A113, which is the sort of very much the Easter egg in Disney Pixar, but it is always Mater's license plate. Now, the only comparison I have for this Mater, unfortunately, is the Mater with wings. Now, we can still get a gist of what these Maters are like. Unfortunately, mine is very old, very dirty, and very much secondhand. So he's a bit chipped and his teeth are a bit sort of losing their paint. But you can see they've got the same sort of facial decals that are a lot sort of clearer on the 143 even from the Disney Store. Now, the sides are very much similar. Everything, though, is obviously a lot more crushed together. And the bumps on the back here, the rivets aren't raised in the slightest. They're just flat. You still get the popped collar. And obviously, this one does come with his hat. Now, I do like that they sort of crush his wing mirrors back. Now, they have done it opposite with the Disney Store to the Mattel. The Mattels go backwards and the Disney Stores go forwards. I don't know if that's anything significant, but it's just different. Unfortunately, my Mattel Mater is missing his hook, but he does still have that A113. Now, I think, as always, I have waffled on far too much, as always. So I will leave you all there, guys, and I will catch you all in the next one. Thanks, guys.